Cheers to your very good health. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm toasting you with the glass that we dug out of the ground the other day. The little trench where I took that from, I've actually covered that in now. This is it just down here, all covered in. And the things that I took out from it were, apart from the glass, this claw-tooth hammer, and these bits of bone, and of course a few bits of china that we pulled out. But I'm still surprised, considering how pitted and corroded and worn away this hammer is. Yeah, it's obviously been in the ground for quite some time, but then that glass is still in such very good condition. You know, I mean, glass is not going to get eaten away like timber, but it still looks in quite good nick. And if anyone comes to my house, I may well serve you a drink out of this glass once we've all finished isolating. Also down there we had these bits of butchered bone, which I'm not an expert in bones, as we know, but I'm going to say that that is the hind leg, one of the joints off a cow. And maybe that is too, I don't know, but someone's got all the marrow out of there, yum. But we can see around the edge here, we've got some little butchering marks from where the knife has come down a couple of times too. Today we're going to crack on with putting in a little trench where we had all these little markers the other day. Now, this is where I went with the metal detector, and when we look from over here, you can see that they're almost uniformly lined up coming down the side here. But what I wanted to do is I got particularly strong readings off the main part here, just over to the side, one here and another one just over here. I've marked this out with the 4 screwdrivers here where I'm going to put the trench in, and I want to put a little piece here because I got lots of readings of all sorts of metals from my overly emotional metal detector, so it might be worth having a bit of a look down there before we go back and have a look at some of these ones down here. Well, I'm sorry to say that the Holy Grail wasn't waiting to be found in the bottom of this trench either, but what we did find was this. Lots of pieces of iron. This large chunk just here came up as soon as I started pulling the turf back. Then you've got lots of little tiny hardened bits here. That looks like, I don't know, there's a bit of a glow coming through there of something bronzy. A bit of bone here, a nail that's certainly seen better days. And one little tiny piece of china there. But the thing that was making everything really sing out was this. It was it's an old milk bottle cap from the days when the milk bottles had a silver foil cap on the top of them, and that's what was making the metal detector go crazy. But in my beautiful trench, what I have demonstrated is that I'm particularly good at digging up other people's dinner. So yet again, we've come across another bone there, and we'll just have to continue with the little bits over here until hopefully we either turn up, you know, a hoard of Saxon silver or a dead king buried under the lawn.
Good evening. The time has come for us to reflect upon the important learnings of the day. What have we learned this very day? We went out into the garden with the full expectation of digging up all sorts of wonderful things because of the indication given to us by the electronic metal detecting machine. Alas, further investigation of the lawn showed this not indeed to be the case. We turned up some old bits of metal and some bone. In this, I feel, we have learned a valuable lesson. We have learnt the truth in such idioms as, all that glistens is not gold. Empty vessels make the loudest noise. You know, sometimes the thing that looks the most exciting often turns out not to be so. I think there's something in that for all of us. Goodbye.